My favorite color is I would say these days I really like a nice red, like a crimson red for some reason, especially on like metal. I think it looks really primo, or like a cobalt blue on metal. But I
Really
like green.
primo. He just
Yeah,
said primo.
very premium. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe on like on a keyboard, like a
yeah.
crimson key.
Oh, yeah, it says, yeah, exactly. You got it. I don't know. What do you think, Pona? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color. I would say it's probably like I don't really have a favorite color as much as I have a favorite color palette
Okay.
of like combination of color. Like I'm like a very gray, silver, white, blue person. Like
Excellent choice.
that's my collage of colors that I like to
White goes well with a lot of colors. If you're gonna look into
Yeah, it's
white and gold, white and red. Oof.
Wait, white and gold?
Yeah.
No.
What? You don't like the marble wraith skin? White and gold? Looks great.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but I'm thinking like more like the literal just white and gold. I guess if you're talking about tones of whites and golds with some texture to it, then sure. That's what makes the marble work.
More of a cream.
Yeah.
Creme. Wraith skin. It's a creme. Like it's like a creme and metallic gold. Like that's not even close.
Leave it to Powder to like extend this to like well beyond just red RGB. Now it's textures and color palettes. Freaking Bob Ross.
I just want to make a happy little color palette.
If Poner's gonna do that, my favorite color is fuzzy. It's got to be like a fuzzy color.
That.
I do like
if we could do
colors.
textures. Yeah.
My favorite color is winter blanket.
What
do you mean by
for some
fuzzy?
reason winter blanket? I just see brown and gray. That's what I see for winter blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it works. What's fuzzy? I would say fuzzy is like gray to me still, like gray and white.
Yeah, like it's still a gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like some like red or blue and purple like lints mixed in there. I'm thinking like when you clean out your dryer, the lint trap, like that's the color of fuzz.
I thought you were gonna say belly button.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Just me. Okay.
Well, where the hell are you finding
volume.
blue lint in your belly button?
Matt only wears his denim jacket.
Yeah.
I don't wear that many like
shirts.
Blue clothes. Yeah, I don't wear that many shirts.
You only have white t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen your streams.
I have some shirts.
Good.
No, the thing is, like, you don't ever just buy one white t-shirt from Target. They sell them packs of like 6. So that's what happens.
True.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, Candy bought 2 and he was set. You got to be like one of those, like, like in a cartoon, like I think like Hey Arnold, they had a bit where like in the intro, he was like getting ready for his day. So he like opened his like closet drawer,
honestly,
and it was the same outfit over and over again. Candy has that, like he opens his door, it's just white t-shirts on hangers.
It's my trademark. Yeah. Oh man, you know what's funny is Staycation actually, like, I feel like he only wears black t-shirts.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
What's going on?
He's your antithesis.
Yeah, he's my foil.
He's the hard counter.
Yeah, he's the hard counter to Kandyrew. Yeah. All right. Well, who's starting at this? This episode.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Should we all just say it in unison?
Ooh.
No. To answer that question, no. Just go ahead.
Sounding like depressed school
started.
kids saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Welcome back, okay. One and all, ladies and gentlemen.
Go again. I was interrupting you.
All right. Welcome back to the 3 Stack Podcast. I am Boomrazzle, and I'm joined once again by my 2 best friends and co-hosts, HugePWNr, and Kandyrew. This episode is season 1, episode 10.
Is it 10
And
really?
This is episode 10. Funny time to bring it up in the beginning of a podcast, but now's better than ever. I believe this is going to be the final episode of season 1.
Ooh, yeah.
We're going to take a small hiatus. We still need to hammer out the details, but small hiatus, and then come back with season 2, with hopefully a lot more guests, and a lot more topics to cover. So I think we did a really good job in season 1. Honestly, a little pat on our back.
Yeah.
We covered a range of topics. We had some really cool guests. So the goal of this episode, our final episode of season 1, I almost said season 10. Can you imagine? It is basically a Q&A for us three. So we're just going to be answering questions that the listeners have asked us over the last week. On Kandy's YouTube, on PWNr's Twitter, and on my Discord. We've gotten a collection.
By the way.
At
HugePWNr. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see more PWNr streams and YouTube videos, PWNr.
Okay, so I mean, yes. Everyone says this to me. I know. I'm coming back. I have a plan. The plan is
oh god.
The plan is
oh god.
No, it's not a secret. I'm being pretty transparent about it.
So a secret plan. Nice.
When diabolical. When the new GPU line comes out, I'm either going. Well, the initial plan is all new build PC, and then see how I like streaming on that, and if I can still feel input lag like I can greatly on my current PC, which is part of the reason why I didn't want to stream that much. I'm gonna do a dual setup, get an Elgato, the whole 9 yards.
Wait,
and
so
we're gonna stream it up.
You're looking at August, September is the latest rumors. Okay, so it's not even like soon. It's like
it's 2 months, Candy.
Do you know how long 2 months is?
Yeah, I've been in quarantine for 4. Thanks.
60 days. It's a long time.
Yeah. It's not. There's no rush to any of this. The game's not going anywhere. No one's going anywhere. We're all here still.
Right in time for crossplay.
Life's a marathon, not a race.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. Well, no, I think we are also here for a long time.
2 months is a very long time. So yeah, we would have to be here for a long time.
All right, we're getting sidetracked again. But anyway,
okay, what's the first question?
All right, so
who's gonna kick it off?
Yeah, so we got questions. You guys want to just go back and forth with individual questions and then group questions? How you guys want to do it?
I was just gonna read whatever was on my page.
I think most of them are group questions, and mine are also not in any particular order. I do have a question lined up that kind of we had just touched on a little bit, so it might be a good jumping off point. I don't know.
Sure.
Should we say who asked the question?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Give him credit.
Right. Fair enough. Well, this is from Stupid Fat Kid.
You're making that up.
It's real. And he asked, will you continue to play Apex despite Hyperscape coming out? That's a good question, and absolutely.
Yes.
After the EA Live, I think that Apex did such a great job for their hardcore fans who are looking for a future with the game. They basically laid out a roadmap with crossplay coming in the fall that they have a future in the game. I think all of us were kind of wondering when is it going to die? When is it going to die? But by having the developer support, that is a fundamental pillar in keeping a game alive.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing that they're in it with us, because I'm not trying to meet a developer, more than halfway. So for me, I'm gonna be playing Apex for a while.
Yeah, I think Apex has a very long future ahead of it. I don't see it going anywhere. I don't know. I think Apex has got at least another year or more in it. Especially with all the new legend changes. The game just feels. I know some people don't like this new dynamic meta with Revenant and Caustic and blah blah blah, but at least to me, the game feels fresher than ever. And I've been playing more Apex in, my quote unquote free time. I just went back to work, kind of part time. I get home and I'm excited to play again. And it's been a while since I felt that way. So yeah, I'm here to stay for a while.
For me, well, the question was, will I still play Apex after?
Yeah, will you
Hyperscape?
continue to play Apex despite Hyperscape?
Oh,
coming out?
so
It's a little bit of a
putting
nuanced
direct,
question.
It's like a direct competition kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would still play Apex, but I also want to give Hyperscape a fair shake. You know, like I want to keep trying it out, and you know, like who knows? Like anything can happen, right? Like it could blow up, it could do really, really well, or it might not. So I might kind of like shift my focus on my channel kind of accordingly. Like if it like, you know, if they really improve the game and really, I don't know. I mean, I still think that that game is amazing, and I still really enjoy it. So I don't know. Hopefully, they can kind of like, you know, do a lot of balancing to Hyperscape. I mean, they were already pretty quick with the nerfs to like the hex and like some of the abilities. So I have a good feeling that they'll be able to hopefully maybe balance the game a bit more. But regarding Apex, like yeah, like I agree. I think the game has a bright future. Although I do think it needs, I don't know. I don't want to say crossplay isn't enough, but it's not really new content per se, right? So I don't know. I feel like it needs something more than just, you know, new hero or new legend, new gun, new map location. There's got to be something else. I don't know. Something different.
I'm pretty confident we're going to see an entirely new map or a total rework of at least one or both of them
But we
in the
already
not so
seen,
distant future.
yeah, but we already seen a rework of Kings Canyon.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it was fun. Season 5, the beginning of season 5 was great, but I don't know.
Oh, the split last week, not previous Tuesday, the Tuesday before that, like I don't know, just for me it was perfect with all the new balance changes. So
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything else.
Next question.
Next question. All right.
All right. I
You
can
got
do,
one?
I got one. I think
All right,
it'll be
all
good
right.
to knock this one out sooner rather than later.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
see. So Jacko. Ooh, I don't know if this is some like double entendre. So maybe I won't read this whole thing out in case if it like says something profane and I don't get it right away. Jacko asks, "How old are you guys? How did you meet? Best memories with one another? And thanks. Hoping my content gets chosen. Love your thanks. Hoping my comment gets chosen. Love your content. Wow, I'm really good at reading. So it's 3 questions. How old are we? How do we meet? And maybe like a good memory that each of us has of each other.
I'm 29. Met Candy in a PUBG match, and of my favorite memory gaming together.
Or any memory.
Any memory.
Best memories with one another.
Yeah, best memories with one another. I think those the early days in Apex still were
Really?
some of the I think I it was fun like when you were like trying to like to get your YouTube with Apex like off the ground and like helping to like brainstorm like silly ideas for like for your videos. So I think that was just really fun. Like I don't know, every week felt really fresh because it was like, oh, what are we gonna try now? There were all sorts of bugs to exploit, like the portals glitch and the jump pad sticking to the Gibby shield. All of those were really fond memories.
Great bugs.
For that question, I am 34. I'm getting up there.
Old man.
Boomer. I still got it though.
Yeah, you do.
Don't test me, kids. Favorite memory. With the 3 of us together, I would definitely say. I think I mentioned this in like 2 podcasts ago, but it was when we were helping Candy get the 888 video done.
Really?
And,
I don't even really remember that one.
Well, that hurts.
I'm sorry.
Oh well, that's just my most fondest memory.
Yeah, it's like ironically one of your most viewed videos as well. Still.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And then,
it was a lot of fun, but I can't think of like a specific moment like that was like.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's fair. No, that's cool.
Still
we're just blips on your
no,
content radar.
that's not what...
And then so yeah, it was probably that, and just the early days of when Apex first came out, and we all were like, "Oh man, this game's pretty fun," and we were trying to figure it all out together. And Kenny was rebuilding his channel, and that was just it was a simpler time back then.
Mm, okay. I am also 29, much like Boomrazzle. And also to extend on the story of how we met. So it was PUBG in Miramar in what's that town called?
Azahar.
Azahar. That's right.
Yeah.
And I was playing with a random duo. And I was trying to like make a name for myself in PUBG, kind of. So I was like trying to make content by playing with randoms and seeing what funny stuff they would be able to say. And they get killed by the enemy. The enemy was Chaka and Boom, and I negotiated a peace treaty with. Thank God for proximity chat. I think that opened up a lot of avenues with just be able to have funny moments and being creative. And so through that, we added each other on Steam, and then they're like, yeah, man, we played this guy. His name is Chaka called you Chris at the time, Poner. So like, yeah, this guy, man, this guy Chris, he's like so good. He's like our best PUBG player, man. I'm like, ooh, wow, I'm really impressed. So yeah, that's how we all became friends. And then as far as my favorite memories, obviously the funny stuff, like there's a lot of funny moments we had just over the years playing together. But what really sticks out to me the most is the bachelor party, Boom's bachelor party earlier this year before the coronavirus really went crazy. We all went out to
Michigan.
Michigan, thank you. Yeah, and we all like went to the house, met some of Boom's friends. We got to meet each other in real life. It was lots of fun. But even individually, like I feel like I want to say like back in the day when me and Boom like would because I would work on my channel at home. I think it was probably between jobs, and Boom had like a week where he didn't have much work. Like we would play like PUBG together, and like we would really like get to know each other and like have some heart to heart conversations. And the same with Poner, where like I don't know, I feel like I really got to know Poner like on the bachelor party, because we like landed the same airport, rented the same car together. So I don't know. I really think memories like that is my favorite, in my opinion.
Oh,
Yeah,
He really does care.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like you that much, Poner, but then after after getting to know you, you're all right. You're all right.
thanks. All right.
All right, your turn.
Who's the question?
So
Poner's question.
this question comes from Solifide the Kind at the Kind TV.
Oh yeah.
He asked, "Is Candy
Kind?
the Kind?" Yeah, commented on my Twitter. He said, "Is Candy my biological father?"
Legally, legally, I have to say no. Legally,
Yeah,
give
there's
me
a lot of back and forth,
give me into a
payments
lot
and
of
whatnot.
trouble. Yeah, with custody, and I'm still paying out alimony to his mom. Some. I mean, this random lady who claims that I share a child with. So no.
She's really nice, though. Really nice.
Yeah, she makes a good something.
She's great lawyers.
I'm gonna read a real question now.
Okay.
All right. This one comes from someone that Boom and I both know, probably Candy as well. Double 22 Deuce 574.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He says, as someone who's big into the gaming community, what are some of the things you love the most about it, and what are some things you wish you could change?
The gaming community overall.
Yeah, just gaming in general.
Oh man, I have a
Wait, what was the question? It was what would you change, and what was the other part?
What do you like? What would you change?
What do you like? What would you change? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good and the bad.
I'll let one of you guys answer.
All right, I'll answer. I mean, I like from a wide perspective. It's gonna sound bad, but like I feel like for me, the gaming culture, gaming community, I like more like the interrelationships I've developed. Like meeting you guys. A lot of my friends I actually met online. Like most of the friends I've made in my adult life, like say 17 and up, are people I've met online, met in game. Like I've met most of my close online friends in real life, so that I would consider them like my real life friends at this point. But as far as like gaming culture as a whole, what I don't like, I mean, there's a lot. I don't want to sound kind of too critical, but there's a lot of things I don't like about gaming culture. Like for one, I feel like a lot of us can oftentimes be in our own bubble, like almost too much, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like for example, like a prime example of this is um whenever like a company, does some like uh, kind of crummy business model where they charge, for loot boxes, which I get, it's like a bad business practice, but people get like really worked up over it. Like they that's like that is the hill they're going to die on. And I'm like, sometimes I look back and I'm like, dude, it's like, first of all, it's like cosmetics, so you don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. And secondly, like there's a lot more bigger issues in the world, and I wish that like people like that would be that passionate about like real life stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Hmm.
I just feel like a lot of times the gaming community, at least parts of them, can sometimes be barking up the wrong tree on stuff. In my opinion, that doesn't really even matter. Like if you don't like a business model, then don't support it. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we get worked up over kind of we get too insulated, and we get worked up over kind of stupid stuff. In my opinion, I think it's stupid because I do think there's bigger issues out in the real world that could use that kind of energy, but we're not kind of we're not we're kind of like in our own heads too much. So, and obviously like the sexism that you see all the time on Twitter and all that stuff, that stuff makes me cringe. I wish guys would just grow up.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
don't like about the gaming community.
Damn, that's really thoughtful. With this question kind of reminds me of Johnny Young's observation. In case any of you want to go back to what episode was that?
What
Episode 2 or 3? I don't know. The Johnny Young episode. You
flip
can't
to
miss
page 2,
it.
second
No,
paragraph.
but what he said in his compared like his experience as like a streamer to his like experience as an actor, and how like in LA like it's a competition, like there's only one role, so like he hadn't had a lot of positive experiences with like his competitors, whereas like if you're streaming, he said like he had just been overwhelmed with like how supportive everybody is, and then how people kind of like look out for each other, because like I don't know, there isn't a whole lot of need to compete. Like, I don't know, you just do your own thing and you'll succeed. Like people can watch multiple videos, they can watch multiple streamers, and there's more than one, role to be had. So I thought that was a really cool observation, not something that I would have thought of that I like about the gaming community. And then I guess something that I dislike is maybe like I think it's come a really long way, and I think some of these giant like tier 1 sponsors have helped the most, but like the stigma of wanting to play games, like wanting to stream games or wanting to be competitive in gaming, or just like saying that you play video games, I don't know, I feel like that was like pretty laughable a little while ago. There's some pretty cringy montages of like news reporters talking to like literally like the Counter-Strike team that just won the world championship, and like belittling them like to their face, like, oh, so you click on their heads, or like what is this game you kids are playing? It's just
Video
like those guys just like won like $1 million, like they're literally top of their field, and you're just like talking down to them because it's a game. So I don't know, that kind of sucks. Is like, so I guess it's like optics and how it's perceived, so it's not really within the community, but it's kind of like how the community is perceived.
Okay, fair answer. Connor?
Yeah.
So the term gaming community, I feel like most people don't get to actually see the fruits of that, or like see how that it truly is. I feel like we're in a position where it's easy to talk to and meet other people who are like well known, like I can just reach out to someone and they know me through you guys, or through my own merit, and they just are like, yeah, man, let's play some games, and like not everyone gets that opportunity. So it's like the thing I like and I dislike about it the most. um I think the best example I can come up with off the top of my head is when you play ranked in Apex, all the best players play with each other. You seldom ever see them playing ranked with randoms.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I respect Shiv so much, is he just solo ranks because he knows, like, for the same reason people get upset at, people who 3-stack in pubs. It's like the exact same thing for ranked, where the best 3 players literally are 3-stacking in ranked, and it makes it very hard to progress when you're not at that level, either because you don't have the time or the skill, and it turns people away from high level competitive / ranked. So I kind of understand that. Yeah, I mean, tournaments and like actual pro teams playing together, yeah, absolutely. But you can just see, like, even TSM, they don't play together in ranked very often, and when they do, it's just a slaughter fest. It's kind of crazy.
There's a very big jump, I feel like, in Apex, where it's like, you have like your pretty good diamond players, and then your pretty good master players, and then there's a giant jump to like pro level players that just farm everyone else. It's crazy.
Exactly. And like, I understand why they don't want to, solo queue, but it's just like, when you're that good, you can solo queue to master. A lot of people do it. It's not that hard. I wish more big names would do it more often, but I get it. It's for content. It makes content easier to acquire.
Right.
It is what it is. So yeah, I would say that's like my like a double-edged thing, where it's like, when you're in the crew of those people, it's great. When you're not, it's like, well, fuck. What am I supposed to do against this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's definitely where I lay.
I like that. It's good. Wait, whose turn is it for question? Is it mine?
I think so.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see here. This question is from Putty. It's kind of a out from left field question. Would you rather bear hug a cactus or stick a toothpick under your toenail and kick a wall as hard as you can?
The cactus. Thank you, Putty. So I got a question.
Moving on. I'm with you on that one, though. The cactus.
Hell no. Have you guys actually had cacti?
Yeah.
It certainly depends. I get what you're saying. There's some cactuses that will
like barb into you.
They'll barb into you, and then you can't get the barbs out, and then you'll die of an infection later.
Yeah,
so I don't want sepsis, but
but the thing
a
is,
prickly one.
Yeah. I'm having a visceral reaction to the thought of a toothpick. That's like a torture technique, dude. That they shove stuff under your nails.
Yeah, but it's like a one and done. It's over.
Yeah, but I'm
pull
like,
it out and you're good.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I feel like I'm like literally wiggling my big toe right now.
Same. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, so I think no matter what, even though the cactus is probably worse, I think my brain is telling me to just do the cactus.
Oh boy, toothpick all the way, man. You guys are high. You guys are crazy. I'll kick the shit out of that wall.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
No. Okay, let's just move on. This is making me like.
All right. Boom. What's your question?
So
next?
I've got from Beth Grace Emily.
Good old Beth. Potato Island. Isn't that what
she is from? Potato Island. Magical place, really. What got you guys into video games? And that's pretty open-ended, I think.
That's good.
Honestly, so if you guys don't mind me going first, I used to play games with my dad on floppy disks. He would bring them home.
What kind of games were on floppy disks again?
So one was like Hocus Pocus. Another one was Myst. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but it was like a problem solving game. And just like a couple dungeon crawlers. We very quickly got into CD-ROMs and played Age of Empires, Heroes of Might and Magic, Command and Conquer, whatever, StarCraft. And it was just, I just remember, like, I don't know, I was instantly hooked into video games. And there was this game called Heroes of Might and Magic, and it was turn-based. And it was perfect for me and my sister on the weekends being terrorized to do chores by my mom. And I would be playing Heroes of Might and Magic, like finish my turn, click next. And then my sister Allison would, then it'd be her turn and I would go pretend to do chores. And we would just alternate and we would finish a game, like playing each other, like
so cute,
pretending to play chores. And of course, getting N64 on Christmas Day, like, dude, just... So yeah, all of those things were kind of
you are an N64 kid? Interesting.
Yeah. So basically, that was my PC start, and then N64 is like my console start. So
Oh, okay.
Wow. For me, I grew up with the original Nintendo. Since I'm a little bit older,
Yeah, aren't you like 46 or something?
I'm like
what was
50.
Pong like?
So
Sorry.
when I was growing up, I was like 5 or something. I was about 5 years old, I would say, when like the heyday of all the best Nintendo games were available.
Mhm.
So I remember um, I would basically come home from kindergarten, and I was an AM kindergarten kid. So I went to my grandmother's house because my parents were both working, and played Nintendo at my grandmother's. And she just sat me in front of the TV and was like, there you go. And if I wanted to play a new video game, she would just drive me right down the street to the rental place, and I would pick out whatever Nintendo game I wanted. So that was kind of like what got me hooked. And I feel like that was what set me on the trajectory of I would rather be spending my time mastering, video games
You
than
thought that at
going
5 years old?
outside. Yeah, I mean
I must master this.
I always was like, I have to beat this game, and then I would, and then my grandma would be like, "You already beat it," and I'd be like, "Yeah," and she'd be like, "All right, let's go get you a new one," and like we just kept doing that.
Cool grandma.
Yeah,
That's
and then so my console progression was Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo 64, and then I think I went to PlayStation 2 after that, then Xbox, and then I stayed on Xbox until the Xbox 360, and then Xbox, whatever one I think it was. And then I finally just said screw it, and I started PC gaming as an adult.
Nice. That's when
Yeah,
you became a man.
that's when I became a man. Yep.
That's cool. For me, let's see what got me into gaming. I would say it was like an escape for me, like a mental escape, you know. So like I played a lot of back in my day, you know. My parents were pretty strict, and they didn't let me have um like an N64 or anything. But I finally talked them into getting me a Game Boy Advance, which I played a lot of the Pokemon games on like Silver, Crystal, and then what came out after that? Ruby and Sapphire, and then all those games, as well as like some of the Fire Emblem games and a couple of the Golden Sun games. There's been a lot of a lot of those kind of like in my childhood. But then I played a few PC games too at the time, not on floppy disks, but I played Homeworld Cataclysm in middle school. I remember that, and some Warcraft 3, some StarCraft. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the general progression. I kind of fell out of playing games, and then I picked it back up when I was like 17 to play like Brood War again, just because like I honestly think that shaped me as a person, like playing like just playing fastest maps with random people online and like making friends. Then like the next year going off and playing Dota, the original Dota mod or Warcraft 3 mod. And I honestly think that is like what spurred everything. Like I think that like literally changed my life because for once I had like friends online and like it was great and it was awesome and I was like addicted to like not only the gaming bit but as well as like the social aspect of it. So that is what got me into gaming.
Nice.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Big
Yep.
game hunters.
Yeah. Classic.
This question comes from Expert Aura. What
Ah.
are your favorite movies?
Oh man. What is your favorite movie, Poner?
Mine is Tim Burton's 1989 masterpiece, Batman. By far. Easily.
See,
Need to watch
you
that one.
knew that about yourself. I feel like I always
Yeah, I
mess
don't
up
know
this question.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know.
I
this one.
had I got it covered up eventually, but I had Jack Nicholson as the Joker tattooed on me for the longest time, but it was a terrible tattoo. Like I got in Texas when I joined the military.
Nice.
Yeah, don't get random tattoos in Texas, kids.
In Texas, but you can get random tattoos anywhere else, like in Arkansas or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in a very small town of Texas
Tejas.
when I had it done. Yeah, it was like practically Mexico, so
Nice.
it was an experience.
Let's see. My favorite movie. First of all, I don't watch that many movies. and I think a lot of movies are great. Like the entire MCU universe, all those movies are freaking awesome. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't have like a classic movie from like 1995 that I really enjoy that everyone knows. I don't know. I mean, I just know there's movies that I like really enjoy. Like I like a lot of modern movies. Like I liked Wolf of Wall Street a lot. I like Interstellar a lot. I love space movies. I don't know. I have a wide range. Couldn't pick one and think, wow, that was it. I don't know.
Boom.
Mine's got to be Black Hawk Down
Ooh,
by Ridley Scott. I
Good
think
one.
I've just seen it so many times. I don't know. It's just kind of like it's a weird one. I don't know.
That's
I
a
love
pretty
both of
common
them.
one.
Well, no, maybe not a weird one, but I mean, like, why Black Hawk? I don't know. It's just like you think it's just another war movie, but with the timing of it, and it just like it really swings above its weight class of
I need
just
to
like
watch it
just
again.
another war movie. So yeah, I basically know all the words. I've seen it like 20
Is
times.
that the one where the helicopter goes down in Somalia or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
in Mogadishu.
Dude,
Which is in Somalia.
do you know I went through a war movie binge in college. It was my last year of college, last final set of exams, and I got the flu for a week. And it was like during exam week, so it was like super terrible. And like luckily some of my professors let me like push my exams back. But during that week, I was just like dead to the world, and I watched war movies to make myself feel better. And that movie and Saving Private Ryan were amongst the many that I watched. Good movies.
Nice. I was worried you were going to say that your sickness was almost as bad as crashing your helicopter in Somalia, and I was like, Candy,
Maybe it was.
that's insensitive.
I would-
That's not where you're going.
no, not at all. Oh man, it
What's
is
your-
shitty though.
What's your favorite quote from Black Hawk Down, Boom?
It's Kulaba. That's when they capture one of the pilots. The Somalians, they're like hitting him with rocks and stuff, and this warlord, one of the underlings of Muhammad Farah Adid, the warlord that's kind of taking over the town, one of his underlings, like shoots his gun in the air and he goes Kulaba, and then the subtitle underneath says alive. So I know that in Somalian, Kulaba is alive because they wanted to use him as a hostage. That's how many times me and Nolan have seen Black Hawk Down, as we like just noticed that he said Kulaba. That part, so we were like, oh, it's Somalian.
Mine is when they're in the DFAC and the guy notices that the one operator doesn't have his safety on his rifle,
Yep.
and he
This is
said,
my sin.
"This is the only safety I need." He's twitching his finger.
Dude, freaking deltas, man.
What a badass.
So many good quotes. So many good quotes. Yeah, no, I like that one.
I don't remember any quotes. I'm sorry. I was sick with the flu and I was dying. I was like, oh, guns, pew pew, let's go.
Here's kind of a fun one as well. Speaking of like what we watch. So this is from Das Boothole. It's directed at Poner,
Okay.
but
Great.
I think it's all of us can answer this. So I'm gonna like kind of tweak it a little bit, but I'll just read it as Das Boot asked.
That's fine. You can just take
Poner.
his question and twist it.
Oh my gosh. No, I'll read the whole thing and then we could do what we want with it. We'll sing our teeth in. Poner, I'm very curious how and to what capacity
What do you mean like that?
This is how they talk.
Okay.
And to what capacity your weebishness came out. Weebishness.
You're a
That
weeb.
word's- Let
Came out?
that word sink in. Anime is more popular than ever. When I was a teen, it was the most shameful thing you could be interested in. Is it newly acquired or do you start way younger? So I'm just going to take this as what's our thoughts on weeb-ishness and what is our relationship with anime?
So I don't think that if you like anime, you're considered a weeb. Personally,
I think it's good writing. And the Japanese, they figured it out.
yeah, and I would not consider myself an actual weeb at all. But I think anime has always just kind of been like I also, when I say anime, I don't even necessarily mean just Japanese animated cartoons. I also feel like anime can be DC's animated movies. So when I talk about anime, it's not just like, oh, I'm talking about Attack on Titan or Hunter x Hunter or whatever. It's also, in my opinion, Batman the animated series and things of that nature. But I've always just liked cartoons and anime as a media, simply because you can do what would be literally impossible in many situations without CGI with that, and it looks better a lot of times. So like some of my favorite movies outside of the 1989 Batman are animated films. Like Akira is one of them. So yeah, I don't know, like as far as when did I come to terms with that, I guess I've always just kind of liked it, but more recently with the quality of actual anime that's been coming out, especially with One Punch Man being by far my favorite to date. That's just really like re-energized me into wanting to watch more anime. So
Ooh. Boom. Is this your question?
Yes, this is the one that I asked from Das Boodhole. I don't watch a ton of anime. I actually just watched one of my few ones that I've seen. It was Attack on Titan. I watched it a month ago. It was awesome. Really liked the story. And it was interesting. Moon actually told me this. I guess one story about when you watch it, sometimes there'll be talking, but it'll just be a still frame or something. And I guess they ran out of the animation budget during the fight scenes, and the fight scenes are super awesome. So it's just funny, during the boring scenes where there's mostly just talking, it'll just be a picture of somebody, and then it gets to these fight scenes that are nuts. So I want to get more into anime. To me, being a weeb is somehow thinking that Japanese culture is better just objectively than Western culture, and it's just somehow putting that on a pedestal. I feel like that's weebishness. Watching anime, I feel like that's just somebody being insulting if they call you a weeb, because it's just such a great medium, and some of the animation just hand drawn is so incredible. I mean, that's why people were upset with One Punch season 2, because it was from a different animation house or whatever. And it was different. Whereas season 1, I'm more of a fan of the art style of season 1. It's just a lot prettier, a lot more detail.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
But yeah, season 2 was a slow burn though, so I was a little bit harsh at the beginning.
I like season 2. It's still good.
Yeah, I liked it. I hated it halfway through, but then once I got through it, I was like, okay, it's a slow burn. It's good.
Let's see. Oh, are you done?
No, I'm done. All you.
What animes do I like? So I try not to watch shows because I feel like I get sucked into shit, and I don't have that much time. But now, nowadays my wife was watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, and she got through halfway through season 1 or season 2 or whatever, and just by osmosis, because I was in the room with her, I was just watching an episode or two, and I just started watching it. And I've never seen the whole series sequentially. I saw it on Cartoon Network when I was a kid, but just an episode here and there. But I'm really enjoying it, dude. Avatar, so good. It's so deep. It's so deep. So many life lessons and little metaphors that I enjoy.
Dude, I'm excited for you. Can you just keep me up to date as to what the most recent thing is that happened in the show? Because I love that show.
I'll write a report every evening. I'll type something up to you to make sure you're in the loop.
Excellent.
Just have it on my desk by 8.
So I'll watch the occasional anime. I'm pretty pedestrian when it comes to animes. I like One Punch Man, obviously. My Hero Academia is pretty good, though. I think the last season of My Hero Academia was kind of weak. It was kind of fillerish. Though there's a few Netflix animes that I really enjoy, called Baki, which is a fighting WWE style anime. I think the animation is really weird, but it's kind of cool too. As well as another one called Kengan Ashura, which is another fighting anime. I don't know why they keep being recommended to me. So I love how I said I didn't really watch shows, which is kind of true. But I watch these while I'm eating breakfast and dinner. So that's when I watch my shows. As far as like weeb culture, I don't really care about it. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I understand why people just want someone to pick something to pick on or something to laugh at, but I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, as long as it's not hurting anyone, like, why does it matter, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's the same line of thinking when people are like, "Oh man, Fortnite is for kids," or "Minecraft is for kids." I think people just want to like laugh at something because all of a sudden they're like 14, they want to laugh at all the 12-year-olds. I'm like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like people want to feel like I feel like younger. I always feel I don't know. I don't see anyone our age making fun of weebs. Honestly, I tend to think it's a younger group that makes fun of like things like that. In my opinion. I don't know. I just think it's dumb to hate on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's let people live. Shit. Is it Poner's turn for a question?
Sure. Cliff, his Twitter handle is @Terios Gaming.
Oh, I know Cliff.
Yeah, he asks, how heavy is candy in game?
Oh, God damn it.
How heavy is candy in game?
Really
light, so you guys don't ever have to carry me.
I'll tell you what, I could probably, do some pretty impressive back presses right now.
Oh my God.
It's like, it shouldn't even be like theoretically possible how heavy he is. Like,
heavier than lead.
Like he's so heavy that exactly. He's like dark matter. Like his volume doesn't like match his mass at all. It's like so dense.
Yeah.
It like shouldn't even like be possible.
Luckily, we just persevere though. We power through.
I have a few celestial bodies orbiting me right now.
He's just constantly like, collapsing unto himself.
No, so to truly answer that, I think Candy is pretty underrated in terms of skill. Like I'm not just gassing you up either. Like I would tell you if I thought you kind of sucked.
Thanks.
Oh, okay, I'm saying you don't. But like watching Candy's aim and watching him like take his time when he's aiming, like he doesn't just spray and try to correct the spray. He'll literally only shoot when his crosshairs are on the target.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to watch because I don't play like that at all.
I think that's a deficit.
You're very thoughtful.
Dude, I just don't want to waste my bullets in that mag because I don't want to like run out. So I'm like, okay, I gotta like only shoot.
Yeah, okay, so you're thoughtful about your damage.
Okay.
I don't know, but it looks clean. It looks like it's not like jittery.
Thanks, dude.
And I can also tell he plays on a lower sense too, because like as he's correcting, it's like very deliberate, and it looks nice.
I do whiff a lot of shots. I mean, there are times where I like totally whiff a lot of shots, and I do think that my aim is pretty okay, but my game sense is really doo-doo. So there's that.
Yeah, Pubs has destroyed you.
Victor is
defeated you, Batman. Well, we do what we can here.
Yeah, kind of a funny little humor question.
I appreciate that.
I laughed at that one when he commented. I was like, "That's good."
I've known Cliff for I want to say it's like close to 5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one of my old school YouTube buddies. He's like this ornery old German guy. He's not even old. Okay, he's a German. He's German. He's a good guy though. Let's see here. Neil Peart asks, when you guys hang in person, do you call each other Poner, Candy, etc.?
Hold up. How do you spell Peart?
Like Pearl, but with a T instead of an L. Peart.
So it's not even Neil Peart, like the guy from Rush, the drummer.
You know what? It could be part, like heart. It's spelled the same way.
Okay. Yeah. I was just curious. Anyway, what was the question again? Sorry.
You guys hang in person. Do you guys call each other Poner? Basically, he's asking if we call each other by our online handles versus in real life name.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
I love it. Don't you dare stop doing it. And I remember during the bachelor party, like all of Boom's friends were calling him Kyle because that's his real name. Wouldn't that be funny if it wasn't his real name and they were just fucking with us? So after a certain point, like I would make a point to call Boom Boom and Pwner Pwner. But then like because like Pwner's a very social guy, likes to intermingle a lot. Pwner, one thing that surprised me about Pwner is that he's a very like sociable fellow, man. He like makes friends like that. He started conversations
Very
with random,
extroverted.
yeah, very extroverted, but he like makes conversation with people, random people in the casino, and I think it's awesome. Anyways, because of this, I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and he started calling Boom Kyle, and I was like, no, his name is Boom. Who's Kyle?
Here's a little embarrassing anecdote that I have about it. I went to one time Candy came to Chicago for a very secret sponsorship thing. And he just like had some time and he was like, hey, you want to hang out? Come over to the house where there was like other YouTubers and a manager too, and somebody from the company or whatever. I don't know. It was a lot of people. And we went out for pizza and I didn't know anybody. So I was just talking to Candy. And there was this like female manager or something. And
yeah.
Candy introduced me. He was like, "Oh, this is my friend who I play video games with, a Boomrazzle." I forget how you put it. And you were like, he's Boomrazzle, but I guess his real name is Kyle, but you can call him Boom. And I think she said, "No, thank you." Like, this is Kyle, but you can call him Boom. And she was like, "No, thank you. Hello, Kyle."
Oh no!
I'm not gonna call this man Boomrazzle.
What a Chad.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
And I was like, I think I immediately turned like beet red. I was like, "Hello, Boomrazzle here. Please call me by my video game moniker."
So funny enough for me at least, because I've been like such a hardcore gamer for as long as I have, and I've gone by HugePWNr since 2008. All my friends, everyone I know, they all call me Pwner.
Even in wait, no.
Yes, I swear to God, if you talk to any of my friends, so Jokey, we're at work. He calls me Pwner at work.
What do people think?
Everyone else knows. Like, they just know, like, oh yeah, that guy plays video games, so they just call him that for whatever reason.
Yeah, must be a video game thing.
Weird as shit.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's like whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
no, dude, I love that. That's so cool. It's like secret code. I love it.
I think
I
we call
like
it a nickname. It's an actual alias at this point for me.
Who am I?
Dude,
Say my name, HugePWNr.
that's so cool. Yeah.
Who's next?
Oh, right. Questions. Jordan the winner asked, "What is the powerhouse of the cell?"
Boomrazzle.
What? What does that even mean?
Mitochondria. Come on now.
Mitochondria.
Pwner.
And then Marissa Monkey asked,
It's not Marissa. I think it's Marcissa.
Oh shit!
You idiot!
You dumb.
Marcissa Monkey. Fuck. I've been.
Dude, I haven't seen
Marcissa
Marcissa Monkey in my channel wall, and even I remembered. I'm so good.
You learn it once. It's like Miltia is not militia type thing. Once you learn it, you got it.
I used to call Emo Elmo Emolio for literally weeks.
Emolio.
Because I always try to read it, and I'm like, what the hell, Emolio? And then like someone was like, it's Emo Elmo. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah, honestly, I make that mistake all the time. I mean, not with Emo Elmo, but just like in general.
Yeah, that's great. But Marcissa Monkey asked, "Who do you think will get the next heirloom?" That is Gibby, and he's gonna have a club.
I think it's gonna be Crypto.
Yeah, so I've noticed something about Respawn. Respawn will put their focus into a single legend and then not come back to them for quite some time. They did it with Gibby in season 3 with all of his buffs. Then in season 4, who did they put a lot of time into?
But this is cosmetics, though. Don't you think that's separate from balancing?
No, because like look at season 5. Mirage got a whole rework, complete top to bottom rework, and then he got an heirloom. So I feel like they kind of do like the whole package job with each legend. So I don't know. I think since Lifeline's already got hers, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's going to be like maybe Caustic next.
I have no idea what his would be. Like
Not
I
my
could
proudest
see like
fap.
a club. What?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
Huh?
I literally didn't hear what you said.
I did not hear. I don't know what you
I said
said.
not my proudest fap.
Oh my god.
So like they have that weapon charm for Caustic. That's the science mug. It'd be kind of cool if he was just walking around drinking coffee the whole game.
Oh,
Smashing
coffee or like a beaker or something.
Yeah. I like that mug idea the most,
I
honestly.
like the mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got good ideas.
Yeah. It's in that
Hey,
big brain of
Respawn.
yours.
Respawn, write it down.
Write that down.
I get 10% of all heirloom sales. Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I've noticed. Like, it's like a pattern. Like they'll focus on a legend, and then usually a town takeover or an heirloom follows.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't think it's going to be Bangalores, and I don't think it's going to be Revenants, and I don't think it's going to be... wait, who else is left?
Loba.
I don't think it's going to be Lobas. I think it could be Gibby. I think it could be Gibby. I think it could be Crypto or Caustic. Those three.
I think it's gonna be Caustic, but it's just the guess.
Okay.
I'll be sad if it's not Gibby though.
Okay.
It's weird that Loba like already is carrying a stick. So like her hand is full.
What?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Like doesn't she have the I haven't played a lot of Loba. Doesn't she carry the stick?
Clearly.
Yeah, but it's like Goku's staff. Like it can extend and stuff. So she puts it in her belt, I think, like a lightsaber.
It's just her
Okay.
ult though. It's only when you use her ult.
Oh, gotcha. But isn't it like so here it's like I don't like how she already has the heirloom like in her possession. Like
It's not an heirloom,
I don't know.
though. It could be something
But
else.
but I don't know. To me, like I think of it as like what the heirloom would be. So
It's
I don't know.
literally an
You've already
heirloom.
seen it. You've already seen it.
I see.
Yeah.
You're right. It is literally. Well, no.
Literally.
Yes, it was given to her by her father
You're
the
right.
day that Revenant killed it. It's literally an heirloom.
I like that. Respawn, write that down.
Write that down. Yeah, maybe she
That's
just
another
walks
free one.
around. She just walks around with the wolf head from the staff, and then when you ult with the heirloom, like you see the staff just like come out of the wolf head. You know,
Ooh.
I don't know. I think that'd be lame.
Respawn, write that down.
Write that
Okay.
down. And put the word LAME next to it. I don't know. We'll see what they come out with her. I don't know.
Oh, lame. I was like, what does that mean? Next question.
Let's see here.
Moving on.
Here you go. Great username. This is kind of a weird question. How would you approach someone you'd like to be friends with? Your method or history? This might be a bot, but we'll go with it. Yeah. So if you saw someone you want to be their friend,
I've never walked up to someone that I wanted to be friends with because you don't know someone until you become friends with them.
I want to touch base on that because I agree. I think the question is inherently flawed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like, at least in my position where like, like I have a lot of people like reaching out to me and stuff. Sometimes it can feel disingenuous if someone like is overly pushy with being my friend. Cause I immediately think, maybe I'm wrong, but I immediately think, oh, they just want me to be my friend because I have a YouTube channel or they think I'm famous. So at that point, it's like, are they really trying to be like a friend or just like be in proximity to something they'd like? So
yeah, the whole notion of someone wanting to be a friend of mine is strange because
usually friendships are natural.
Yeah, because you don't know the person until you become friends with them. It's kind of like this weird catch-22 where like I like that person, I would like to be their friend, but like maybe they're an absolute asshole behind the scenes, like. But I kind of understand because like there's like some actors where I'm like, man, that guy just seems really good, like good-hearted. He seems like a really cool guy.
But you don't know that.
And then you find out his name's Kevin Spacey and he's a terrible person. And
oh my god,
like that was like the last straw for me. Like I'm a hard like if I don't know you, I don't really want to be your friend. I just want to kind of take it slow. Let's take it slow. I'm not jumping right into the sack with you as a friend.
Kevin Spacey did that to you.
I thought he was a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
It was,
Right.
you know what did it for Kevin Spacey with me too was he did an interview about the Boston bombing after, and it was such a heartfelt, like, I was like, holy shit,
Jeez.
what a good dude, like what a nice guy. Like I think he donated to charity and he was out there like helping first responders or whatever, and then like all that bad shit comes out about him. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, but like people are like multifaceted. Like he could still mean it. And
Oh,
that
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Yeah, but it was just like it was just like a, I don't know, like a gut punch almost.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I think friendships are best when they're like just you meet people in a mutual setting naturally, and you find out that you guys get along really well. I don't know how
Yeah.
the opposite of that would work. Like walking up to someone being like, "Hey, I want to be your friend." don't
Would
know.
you like to be friends? Check yes or no.
I feel like that approach only applies if you're like trying to ask someone out on a date.
Yeah.
I feel like that would work. But as far as friends, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like you hopefully both have the feeling that the other person is cool. It's funny how like the parallels between like a starting friendship and like having a crush on somebody. But like, there's a bromance of brewing, or so you think. And like when Poner and I met, we were only acquaintances with a mutual friend. And now we're really great friends. So it was a person introduced us. And then
Chaka?
I remember like, yeah, Chaka. And I remember like how embarrassed I was and how like uncomfortable I felt. Not because I didn't think about it was weird, but because I'm an awkward person. Like when we played PUBG for the first time without our chaperone, like our common denominator wasn't there. But we were just running some duos, and he was still on his way home from work, Chaka. So it was
He
just
stuck in a room.
and then it
with Poner.
went well, and then like then Poner wasn't like never talk to me again. Instead, it was like, oh yeah, let's like definitely do that again. So there's like a reciprocation as well. So it grows in steps.
Yeah.
And it has to be like like mutual. I almost said consensual.
Yeah, you got to vibe. You got to vibe with someone.
Yeah,
man.
you got to vibe. So forcing it is the worst thing you could do. Like if it's not natural, like it's bad.
Yeah. It's awkward. Damn. Imagine wanting to be someone's friend, but they're not really into you. Yikes.
It's never happened to me.
Big sad.
Who's got the next question? Is it Poner? How many more questions do we even have? I mean, I'm kind of like running low on my supply.
I got quite a few left.
Okay.
Ace Mike at Ace_Mike with 2 E's asks, what does the next map on Apex need to include? And I think this is a really interesting question because I feel like for pubs, Kings Canyon is the vibe, essentially. But for ranked, I really like this split with World's Edge. And I think it's been reflected on how quickly I've been ranking this split. So I think the next,
What rank are you now?
I'm halfway to Diamond 2 at the moment.
Nice.
And I was Plat 1 on Monday, and this is Friday.
Yeah, you've been working too.
Yeah, I've just been playing for a few hours at night. But like I would like the next map to be kind of a mix between the two, where all the good from each map is kind of brought in. Like honestly, like if they just took Kings Canyon and made the map bigger with a few more POIs, that might be perfect. I think Kings Canyon is a little bit too cramped. I think the named locations, the POIs, the points of interest, for those who don't know what that means, are too far and few between. There's not enough places to drop and spread out, because like a lot of times last split for ranked, it just felt like there was nowhere to go where there wasn't at least 2 other teams. And I don't like landing and having to fight 6 people, because it's practically a coin flip at that point, despite skill. So yeah, I think a mix between the 2 maps, but I like what they did with Kings Canyon, and I love World's Edge, so something in between that.
Okay.
Dude, I have so much respect for map designers. Like, I don't know. I think that's something that I don't even know. I think I have the authority to speak on the subject. Like love watching. There's a couple Valorant videos on YouTube where people who like have been studying Counter-Strike maps for years, like break down the Counter-Strike or the Valorant maps and basically like show like how it's problematic. And I guess like from what I've seen, they're pretty like basic maps. Like they lack whatever you learn when you've been making maps for years. I don't know, like everything's like very basic. Like I don't know, are kind of following the rules with the maps right now.
Huh.
So I don't know. I definitely agree with Poner though. Like it's King's Canyon and then it's World like for casual and it's World's Edge for ranked. Completely agree.
Let's see. For me, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't play much ranked, so I feel like as long as there's a new content that comes out, I'm happy. Like, that just gives me stuff to talk about for videos and things like that. That being said, I would love to see like, I feel like World's Edge really did a decent job. You have the urban, and you do have like the open fields, and then you also have like the different like elements, right? You have like ice place, you got like a lava place, you have like a weird swampy place. So I think they did do a decent job, but I would love a map that is like more. I mean, I know this would probably be really like terrible to play on, but I would love like a jungle map. Like Loot Jungle or Loot Forest in Kings Canyon, that area like
Yeah.
right south of Artillery with
Yeah.
all those bins. Yeah, so I would love a whole map like that, but with more trees and more bushes. But
Less compounds.
yes, maybe I don't know. I didn't think that far, but I know it would be terrible to play on, but aesthetically and just like in pubs, just hiding in a bush, I think that'd be so fun. But that's just me.
Fair enough.
These videos write themselves.
Yep. Perfect.
Boom, do you have another question you'd like to have answered?
I guess one that I've seen a couple times is like introduce it, like what kind of legend would we design? Or like
Okay.
what kind of abilities would be interesting in the game? Yeah, it's got to be so hard to design abilities, but I think I would like another like mobility character, like
Yes.
either a zip line, a portal, a jump pad type thing, but I don't know what it would be. But yeah, like a way to move your team from point A to point B. So I think it'd be cool to get something like that. Maybe like a cousin to Pathfinder, like shorter grapples, like shorter zip lines or something. I don't know.
my
some
God.
like a little, Pathfinder. I don't even know what I'm
no.
describing, but
Little Pathfinder with half the cooldown.
right.
Jesus
Half the
Christ.
distance.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, dude. As far as abilities, I'm so bad at like designing. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the things. Okay, first of all, I would want it to be simple. Like, I want abilities to go back to being simple. I think that's kind of like what's key to me. So whether that's like, usually that takes the form of like mobility. So like Pathfinder's grapple is like a very simple like concept, right? You have like a rope that you swing around on, but you can use this in so many different ways. So I would love more like open-ended abilities. I kind of don't like the direction they took with a lot of the newer characters. No hate to Watson mains or crypto mains or whatever, but like I don't know, like crypto, you got like deploy the drone, and you got like look in it, and then like a lot of his stuff depends on the drone. Like I don't know, it all depends on the drone, and like it's like this new different piloting thing, and it is cool, and like I'm not like dissing the designers or anything, but like and then you have Watson with the freaking fences. You got it's like a whole new like UI that you got to mess with. I think sometimes simplicity is best for me personally. So like
Yeah, I agree.
I would like Bangalore smoke. That's cool. I mean, that's a cool like ability. Like it's simple. You can use it to smoke the enemy. You can smoke yourself. I don't know. Gibby's dome shield. Simple. Just put it down. It's a dome shield. But as far as to what, I don't know. Like I don't have any like specific ideas. So
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I don't have any specific ideas for a legend, and I feel like coming up with a new legend is a very difficult concept because Respawn risks, like we've said before, releasing a legend that literally breaks the game for a couple weeks until they can figure out how to fix it. Conversely, we've seen more legends come out that are just kind of weak. So there's a delicate balance that they have to strike. I still think it's really weird that Wraith got basically buffed and
Yeah.
Pathfinder is still in the state he's in. Like, I completely agreed with the Pathfinder nerf that occurred with the grapple. I suggested the same thing, but then they came back and buffed Wraith in a weird way, and I was like, wait a second. What are you
Dude,
doing?
you think that they've got their head in like one place where it's just like, oh, okay, they like want to rotate who the most popular legends are.
Yes.
But then, yeah, they make a decision like the buffing of Wraith, which
Yeah.
makes me wonder like where is their head at with all of this? I mean, we've talked about it when we're gaming, but yeah, Pathfinder's clearly like burdened, like penalized almost. Like, why does he have low profile? So it's like this really low priority, low to respond sort of thing from the devs, which is it's kind of a question mark. Wish maybe they'd share some more of their thoughts on where they think the legends are.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at a point where if they gave Pathfinder Fortified and left his queue where it's at, I'm good with that.
God.
Really?
Don't tempt
Yeah.
me. Oh my god.
I mean, because he's a big hitbox. He's not hard to hit. Yeah, I don't know. They've got to do something about Pathfinder because like a lot of people are still really salty about it, and I get it. He's still viable, but he's just, I don't know. There's so many other better options right now. It kind of blows my mind when like Moon plays Pathfinder in ranked simply because we go for beacon to see where circle is going to be. But that's pretty much one of the only reasons. Like, everything else about him is just kind of, he's okay. You know, like, he's not going to win you a gunfight. I'll tell you that much. not like a Gibby will. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Feel
weird.
that.
But yeah, I don't have any ideas for a legend, unfortunately.
Okay.
So Emo Elmo, speaking of her, what other games
Is it a girl?
besides?
I thought Emo Elmo was a guy.
No, it's a girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
cool.
This
What
whole
other
time.
games besides Apex are you excited to play this year? I will be the first to answer and say I am hesitantly excited to play Cyberpunk. I'm not hyped for it, but I'm interested in it enough to where I want to play it. I'm not a big single player guy. I'm a online FPS player through and through. So I'm gonna give that an honest go, but that's really about it. I think Candy said this. I'm pretty monogamous with my video gaming as well. It's really hard for something to keep my interest for more than a couple weeks unless it's fantastic.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Boom. What are you excited for?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else on my radar as well. Like, it's also Cyberpunk for me.
Really?
Yeah, I think Cyberpunk's going to be huge. Like, it's going to be
Really? Okay.
I think it's going to be an influential game.
Jeez.
It's going to be different too. I don't know. I've pretty high expectations, but yeah, at the same time, like, that's so far off. It's November, so I'm not exactly like hyped per se. I would like to get a Switch this year, especially to play some Apex on it.
Okay. I wouldn't get for that, but okay.
No, I'm not getting it for Apex. There's so many games I want to play on the Switch, but like, dude, if I'm getting a Switch, I'm playing Apex on it. At least one game.
Oh my god.
Just got to see what it's like. So yeah, that's all that's on my radar right now.
Okay. I don't really have a radar. I think sometimes the biggest games are surprise releases, like sort of how PUBG kind of came out of nowhere, and how Apex kind of came out of nowhere, and kind of Fortnite in a way kind of came out of nowhere. So I think the biggest games are kind of like, you know, sleeper hits.
Yeah.
So as far as Cyberpunk, I'm not sure if I'm going to be into it, but I can understand why people would be. Honestly, like, I know you guys don't like the game, but Hyperscape, man, I'm kind of excited to get back into it. Hopefully they improve the balancing, but I don't know. I'm sure that they'll release. Actually, you know what? I think I was gonna say a new Pokemon game, but they already released a new Pokemon game this year, so I guess they won't be releasing a new one anytime soon. I don't know. I really don't have any games I'm looking forward to. That sounds so
Yeah.
sad, but really, I'm okay.
I think what I'm looking forward to is looking forward to games. Like there's Summer Game Fest going on right now, so on the 12th, so 2 days from now, Ubisoft is having, is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
I just say Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. So Ubisoft is having their conference, kind of like EA Live had theirs, as well as the open beta starting for Hyperscape. So I think they're gonna have some big announcements on what they're working on. So I'm just looking forward to like hear what's on the horizon. I always love game trailer season. That's what like summer is pretty much.
Okay, that's cool.
Let's do a couple more and then wrap it up.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, I'll do. I think it's my turn.
Sure.
How did each of y'all get y'all's names? So mine name was a name I was trying to come up with when I was 17. I was sitting in my ex's house's living room on her couch. I was like, I need a new Gmail account that like I could just like it could be my name. Like that's it. Like I don't want like some random like like Andrew11566 at gmail.com. I want like a gamer tag that I can use across everything. And it's kind of weird thinking about it back. Thinking back to it now, because in a way I was like, I need a brand, but I didn't think of it like that. I just thought of like a
brand.
Like I don't know, like I wanted one name that I could use across all the games I played and all the emails and all that stuff. So I just came up with a Kandyrew. It's based off my name. People will keep asking me, is your name really Candy?
Is your name Randy?
What is your real name? It's Andrew. Okay, Jesus. That's I just had it since I was 17. I just stuck with it. I kind of looking back, it's kind of a stupid, silly name, and everyone calls me Candy. And I know it sounds like a stripper name, but you know what? It's just what I was dealt with. So I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I think you knocked it out of the park. Honestly, for one couch session, pretty iconic
impressive.
name. Well done.
Thank you.
I mean, Boomrazzle, it's kind of weird. So I was hiking the Colorado Trail in 2013. And it's 450 miles long. So that's like a lot of walking to do. So you kind of like exhaust all conversations. So I was with two other dudes and we were just talking about funny words. It had gotten to that point. We were like making
were you
funny
with Nolan
sounds.
or something?
I was not with Nolan. I hope to do this someday with Nolan, my frog biologist friend. But
no, that's how you always refer to it.
I'm proud of him. He's a doctor of
I
frogs.
think it's so cool.
The frog guy.
Yeah.
He's so much more than that, though, Boom.
No, I love
Exactly.
frogs. I love frogs. It's awesome. I think it's dope.
Yes. Frogs are cool and Nolan's cool.
Yeah.
He was not there. And we were just coming up with funny words, funny sounds. And my friend went, he just said the word. So he was like, and he said it in this way. He went Boomrazzle. And I was just like, huh, that's a cool word. And then I got home from summer. I think I created a Steam account. This was it was a different account that I created. And I just was like, huh, I still really like that word. And then like for short, I feel like boom is like a very, I don't know, familiar word. It's easy to say. It's like recognizable in a fight. Like I don't want to be like, Jopalopalagus, they're attacking from the north. It's just like, boom, look here.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
I don't know. I like the word.
Okay.
For me, so back in 2008, my at the time girlfriend bought me an Xbox 360. And I was trying to come up with a gamer tag essentially. And I was like, screw it, I'll come back to this later. And I just did some really stupid gamer tag name. It was like a short sentence or whatever. And then like I think a few weeks into me playing on Xbox Live, I was playing Halo 3. I was like, I need to come up with like an actual gamer tag. Like this is terrible. People are trying to add me and like ask me what my gamer tag is, and I'm just like, this is hard to say and pronounce. I have to spell it out for them. Like I'm just gonna make something a little bit more simple, but also I wanted something that was kind of funny and a play on words essentially. So I sat down with my roommate at the time, who saw me like kind of puzzled, staring at my Xbox, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm trying to come up with a funny gamer tag," and we landed on HugePWNr. And the reason for it was because I was like, it was 2008, so World of Warcraft was still very big. The whole pwn culture thing with World of Warcraft was on like G4 TV all the time, and like people were always talking about getting pwned and this and blah blah. It was like a very trendy word at the time. I was like, I kind of want to incorporate that, but like it's kind of lame on its own. And so I said, well, I want to be the guy who pwns people, so that would make me a pwner. And I was like, but it kind of sounds like boner, so I'll put the word huge in front of it. So I'm a huge pwner. that was where the name came from. That's all it is.
In that moment, a rainbow shined over the sky.
It's funny when people are like, your name kind of sounds like boner. It's like, thanks, you understand the joke.
Yeah,
dude. That's me.
Slow clap. I think that's beautiful. I love our origin stories. Great.
Yep.
Do you guys have any gamer names that you're embarrassed of?
Yeah, I'll tell you what my first one was. It was "You've Been Pwned." That's all it was.
This one's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Mine was Halo Online. I chose for my Xbox Live name Italian Sniper. I just thought that was so edgy. I was like, yeah, I'm vaguely Italian heritage, and the only gun I'll use is the sniper because I'm a total tryhard.
Jesus Christ.
The only other online handle I've ever gone by besides "You've Been Pwned" for like 3 weeks and then HugePWNr, when I played StarCraft on BattleNet, I was actually recruited by a Korean clan called Otaku.
Do they know you're white?
Yeah, they.
Or
Well, I don't know. They never
pretended?
asked, but we played on NA servers, so I'm assuming they knew.
He plays StarCraft like he's Korean, though.
Yeah.
Did you just start speaking in Korean, like broken Korean?
No, I did not. I went by Darkness on BattleNet.
Okay.
Off-brand Shroud.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this is like in this is like it's like 2000, I think 2001 maybe. But because we were in this clan, like it had to be like dash equals capital O, and then darkness, and then the same thing reverse. So it was capital O equals hyphen. That was my BattleNet name.
Ooh, that is edgy.
Yeah, very edgy. I was a very edgy
XX leading in, the XX leading out.
Yep.
Jesus.
I was very good at StarCraft, though. I missed that.
Good old days.
Do you want to do one or two more and then call it?
Yeah.
I think that was my last question. All the other questions have been asked. So
yeah, I got.
Do we have a good one? I'm pretty shy as well.
let me do one more look through.
I have a good one.
Okay.
From someone that we all know.
Nice.
Good old Harper Hype.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hype.
So Harper Hype says, if you could redo the ranked system from the ground up, and he says ranking players based on skill rather than time put into farming ranked lobbies, what changes would you make?
Ooh, I would do it like the PUBG system.
Yep.
Where it was based on like wins and I think like gunplay metrics. So basically,
kill death too.
Kill death, yeah. So basically SBMM, but it's displayed as a score. And but say there is no ranked. The thing is, modern games today all have ranked. Most of them all have ranked. It's like as if developers feel like they need to have it. You know what I mean? And maybe they do. Maybe most people want a system like that where they play ranked mode and they hop on with their five other friends to like grind through the ranks and then hit immortal or whatever the top rank is, or grandmaster or
Valorant.
Radiant. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's a necessity now. But if it was me being like the pub stomper star I am, I would just want whatever metrics they use for SBMM. So wins, KD, and whatever like gun accuracy. Mesh that into a score and just have that score be displayed. That's it.
So for me, I kind of agree with most of that. I don't think they need a rank queue, and I don't think that they need skill based if they combine the two. So you're literally getting rid of both the things that a lot of people who are casual players don't even mess with, and a lot of things that people complain about skill based matchmaking in pub matches.
Mhm.
That's all gone. And similar to what Candy was saying, what I would have it do is you're just playing Apex and you're in, a queue based on your wins, your kill death ratio, your, all these things. And you have a rank because of all those things. So you just queue up like everyone else, everyone gets ranked, and then you don't play against people who are below you in a division. And that's it.
Mm.
Like yeah, I
So
completely agree.
SBMM right now, as it is, basically.
Yeah, but I still think you should get rewards. And it was like with PUBG, you got higher ranked because you played more. Like people who play this game more should be able to get higher rank. Um, just because you're really good at a game doesn't mean you should immediately have like the highest rank possible, because that's not how it works. That's
Mhm.
that's just crazy. Um, so yeah, I think PUBG did it best, but if they had Apex rewards, um, that would be even better.
Huh.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I think, oh man, first they really, really need better rewards. Like, I don't know. I think it's laughable that a game that has made this much money, like has this few rewards, especially for diamond players. And that is like the core of what we're struggling with, is like there is a distinct lack of diamond players, because once you reach diamond and then you're stuck there, there's no reason to continue. There's no reward in diamond. So like they really need to get on incentivizing more players, just be filling the lobbies. One thing that I think that I would also change is I don't think that there should be a rank uh floor. Like, so once you like reach gold, you should still be able to drop back down into silver. So I think
I
it should be
agree.
like, I think it should be more fluid. Um and I like the PUBG system. I just don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater that is skill based, because I think it does benefit a lot of the like really, really low level casual players who still deserve to enjoy the game. Um, so if they're like completely tossed into the mix, like I don't want them to just have a bad experience and then leave. So then there's like an even worse new player experience. So I don't know if that looks like level 0 to 100 is in their own lobby, or if there's some sort of skill base that still groups them together that you can be duped into or something. I don't know. I think that they need to also crack down on like alt accounts. Like
Yep.
that also helps out hackers. It's a tough thing to do with a free to play game, I understand, but like, yeah, it's just interesting. This question like has so many facets. Like you could be talking about ranked, and then like how did best do ranked, and you're talking about like allowing people to have more than one copy of the game. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of layers to it. I definitely don't know all the answers, but I think it can be really improved on. And a big thing is incentive. Um, yeah, if you just got more stuff, I always compare this to Rocket League. But Rocket League, if you're literally bronze 1, if they're doing a trail that season, or if they're doing a wheel or a paint for your car, literally there's a bronze version, a silver, gold, plat, diamond, champ, grand champ, all the way up. Obviously grand champ is the coolest, but some people, if they're going for like a completely more mellow, toned down like bronze car, they might equip like a season 2 bronze car wheel. So like even the lowest tier cosmetics from the ranked experience aren't completely undesirable. Like they have their own merits. Like maybe they're very tame. Like it's Timmy, all of his guns are white. I don't know if he's still doing that, but like what if like silver looked really good with like a Pathfinder skin that you want to run or something? I don't know.
Yeah, there is. I wish. Yeah, about cosmetics. I kind of wish they had like sets they can get. That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like sky's the limit. Seems like they got the resources, and cosmetics sell. So I'm surprised they're not putting more resources into it.
Yeah.
What I think they slept on the most with cosmetics and like skins was, it's just like you buy a skin and it's a whole skin, So to that point, there is kind of like a set, but it's not actual set.
Yeah, you can't break it apart.
Yeah, like I wish I could put like funny goggles on Mirage, or like I could put a certain pair of pants on Wraith and then a different shirt or whatever,
Right.
different shoes. Like, and I hate to always come back to this game, but they got a lot of stuff right. That's why it was so wildly popular. PUBG accessories and things of that nature were fantastic for customization. You know, you when you saw someone, you were like, "That's Choco Taco," because that's the exact outfit Choco Taco wears. You know,
yeah,
like
you're right.
everyone had their own identity. And
It's
I
very
always
personalized. Yeah.
yeah, you see Wadu, you know it's Wadu because he's naked, but he's got the Player Unknown's trench coat on. You know, like that doesn't exist in Apex, and I get it. It's cool. Their skins are fantastic. Like major props to their I guess it'd be art people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like if there's ever like an Apex 2 or like a 2.0 or a complete revamp of the game, like enough of this $18, you get one skin and you put it on Wraith and you get tired of it in like 2 months. Like let us get pants and shoes and blah 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 and all kinds of crazy stuff. And
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the skins are super detailed. Gosh.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I would say the textures all. I mean, obviously in the beginning they were kind of. I will have to say, the first battle pass skins were kind of doo doo, but they improved it. I would say
Yeah, for sure.
they've come a long ways.
Still need to recolor Model P, but we'll get there, I'm sure.
Which is that the old
Yeah,
Pathfinder?
it's the Rust Bucket Pathfinder. It's my favorite
you
skin.
would.
Yeah, I would. Well, guys,
I think that's.
has this been episode 10?
I'm out of questions, so I guess it would be.
Yeah, I mean, this is like almost an hour and a half now, and I'm ready to call it here.
Awesome. Well, I'll take it away. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been the 3 Stack Season 1, Episode 10. Signing off with HugePWNr and Kandyrew. This is Boomrazzle. We are going to be back for Season 2. We're hoping to have a really nice lineup of guests. Date to be determined. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Ooh, let's kick out
See ya.
Craigpot before he crashes.
See you. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting this guy out of here.
Get him out of here.
All right. Goodbye.